So had our third day of field work. Really got 4 good days of work. Got 3 lifts, got some real good runs. Again, I feel like coming into this week, very important that we made some hay, made some progress as a team. That's what I kept our focus on throughout the week for the most part, and I feel like we accomplished that. That each and every day got a little better. I feel like we got a bunch of guys that got some much needed work, and at the same time we were able to get some work internally and offensively, defensively, and special teams, some of the things we've been talking about here over the last month to get cleaned up, tweak, bring in new, whatever it was. This is the time to get that done, and I feel like we had a good week of progress. So I feel good about the way the week played out. Any questions?
You have one of your real coaches out there back today. Charlie was back. Is it nice to have him back on the sidelines?
Yeah, again, stay out of any of our guys' personal business. We had a very productive day today. I think each and every day we got better across the board. We obviously had a little different format, so we had plenty of coaches through the week and plenty of work we were able to get done in a lot of different areas. So just feel real good about the way the week played out, and now get a little rest, a little much needed rest for our guys, and then we'll be back at it on Monday.
What does it say about him that as a coach, do coaching and putting all that stuff until the day after the game to make sure that he was able to coach and go through the pain and stuff while coaching?
I've really, I think that this, for us to kind of become what we need to become and what our goals are, this is going to be a team effort. I've worked real hard at making sure that's the way I think, that's the way I keep my focus, and that's the way part of the progress and the encouragement I've had and seen is through us becoming a team. And when you do cross over and become a good team, it's about one thing, and that's getting a little better every day. It's about the entire unit, not individuals, and that's a real good thing. But that's the way our guys think. I know that's the way our coaching staff thinks, and I know we got more and more players that understand that and understand that to get to where we want to get to, that we got to be a team, and I feel like we made a lot of progress in that area. So again, I'm not skirting around anything. I'm just the way us are thinking is that we're all gonna do anything and everything for the cause. And when you have 61 plus your coaches plus the building thinking in that direction, generally you're gonna probably be in more games than you're not.
Obviously, you don't want any health problems or anything like that, but can that drive that point home even more? If a coach is going through that and still, is going to go through all the pain and coach, and then go through whatever procedure he needed to have done.
I don't know. That's not something I would want to or choose to answer. I think this is about our team, which includes our coaching staff, getting a little better every day. And making progress, and that's really what our focus is, and that's why I've been encouraged.
Do certain games and teams present themselves as more of an opportunity to take chances, maybe like you did on Sunday, and maybe those gamble type plays, or is that just more of a philosophy and something you're always looking to do with each and every game?
Yeah, I think probably the latter. There aren't necessarily games that you go into thinking in that direction. We game plan for every opponent we play and all sides of the ball, and part of that game plan is, what are we going to be able to do real well? Part of that is what does our opponent have maybe some difficulties in at times, and then we implement the game plan, we practice it, and then really on Sunday it becomes about our team, our players playing better than the team we're playing, and that means executing the game plan more often than not. And last week I thought the guys, at least to date, through the time that I've been here, was the best team effort we've had as far as getting that part done, executing.
Is it fair to even call them gamble type plays, or are they ones at that point where you're pretty sure, okay, we've seen something that they're going to work?
No, there are definitely higher risk reward plays, that are drawn up, that are called, that make for some heavy breathing, or lack of breathing while the play's going on. But that's part of football, and that's no different than feeling like we got a chance on a blitz. But it's a risk reward of you want to bring extra guys, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage somewhere. So when we're calling blitzes, we hold our breath, certain blitzes. And when we call certain plays, we're holding our breath. And on special teams, when you're going to double handle the ball or onside kick or those, again, it's risk reward. You're trying to make an educated guess or a gamble that we can execute, and that there is a weakness there that can be taken advantage of. But the two things, both things have to happen.
I asked you this kind of off the side yesterday, but who's sort of showing you the honorary coaches who maybe has a future in coaching, who's pretty gung-ho out there?
I said this yesterday. Each and every guy, all 14 plus the Jeremy Urbans and a couple other guys that have already kind of been in this role are really have really surprised me. They're in one that I wasn't impressed with in some way or another, and in all different ways. But all 14 really impressed me. I thought they took this and ran with it. They took ownership. They were into it. They were into making our team, helping make our team better from a different perspective. So again, I think that there were some guys that were real good. But again, in my mind, everybody impressed me, because I had, you always have, when you're picking names like that, what I wanted to make sure was that I picked 14 really prideful guys, and they all were, and they all showed that, and with the way they attacked this, and it was just it was fun. I can't stress how much I enjoyed it. The feedback I've gotten from all areas, our regular coaches, our players, and our player coaches, or our new coaches, has all been one of really of that they enjoyed the week and they felt like we were productive. And that's the most important thing, because I knew going into this week we had to be productive and we had to make progress. I mean, in all areas. We had too much work to do for this not to be a week that we didn't grind it out.
Seems like Vrabel was pretty intense out there.
He's good. He's good. He's
he looks the part, and it seems like he's taking it as seriously as anybody.
He's good. I gathered some ammo though. Since it is Thursday, you guys were gone, and he and Coach Waters, Coach Vrabel and Coach Waters were going mano-a-mano on calling their respective side of the ball, and it got down to crunch time, and I was happened to be standing over by Mike, and Rack and I were talking, and all of a sudden you heard Mike, "Oh, you got any suggestions?" So now, meanwhile, Coach Waters had a small army gathered around him, but Mike wasn't looking over there, so I told him, Brian's over there waving, everybody, I got it, and no, it was good. It was good, and they were into it, and the players were into it, and we got better. We made progress in a bunch of different areas.
You came into the week wanting to make progress a little bit each day and get healthier. Obviously, it sounds like you made progress. What about on the health side?
Well, again, I think that this is a long season. We're 3 games into the first quarter. We got one more in this quarter. we had to take full advantage of this bye week, which I've said a number of times. We needed this for our team to make improvements across the board, because we are just, we're a team that's trying to become a good team, that's in the middle of that. And to me, success is the goal, and we're not there yet. But I think, like I said, long season. This handled some of that, and that I was able to keep some guys really actively involved and helping on the end of getting us better. And again, I think that the guys that were doing that, the guys that were designated coaches, they got better, and not from just didn't wear themselves out standpoint. I think they got better, and that's just my opinion. So, we needed time for a bunch of different reasons, and the time will be good, and we just need to continue to use it wisely. And then next week, it'll be full steam ahead.
Last one, any times in a game when a game was as decided as it was on Sunday that, the third or fourth quarter, the game that you're running a play to simply put it on film for another team to have to worry about? Does that ever come up at all?
No, I don't. Not in my opinion. There's some times in the preseason, where you kind of make that decision of direction that, the type of preseason team you're going to be. But that's for good teams that can worry about that kind of stuff. We're just a team trying to make progress and become a good team. And like I said, that's probably for some teams that are much more established than we are to be thinking about, but not us.
Hey, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a great weekend, everybody.